Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the Daily Scan for Thursday, August 22nd, 2013. On tap in the news world, or announcement world, for today is jobless claims at 8:30, and then about 9 o'clock is the PMI Manufacturing Index flash. Is that like breaking news? You ever notice on the news lately, everything is breaking news? Even though it broke the day before, possibly. Oh well, I think they just want to grab your attention. Another thing that kind of drives me crazy is when the weather comes on and they say severe storm team or something like that, so your ears perk up right away. Severe storm? Where? The sun's shining, it's a beautiful day. I think they do that just to get your attention. It just drives me nuts. One last thing that drives me kind of nuts is if you're listening to the radio in your car, and yeah, I know I'm old-fashioned. I'm not talking on my phone or I'm not texting. I'm actually listening to the radio, and they have a commercial or something on and they have a siren in the background. That's another thing that kind of drives me crazy. You would think that they would have a little bit more consideration for drivers that listen to the radio and not have that kind of sound effects. Well, that's it for the things that irritate me for today. I don't want to waste your time with that kind of gobbledygook. Okay, let's go take a look here at what's going on around the world in the Asian markets. It's kind of mixed. Down about a half and up about a half, except for Sensex. India, in that case. And in Europe, everything looking up very solidly, in some cases almost 2%. That's pretty impressive. Maybe the same thing will happen here, because I am long a few things, so it would be nice if that would happen here. And let's talk about here. We are looking up about 0.5% roughly across the board. The Dow, which really just tracks 3 big cap stocks, or 30 I should say, big cap stocks, has been lagging behind even the S&P 500 and the Russell and the NASDAQ lately. I mean, if you were to do a comparison, sometimes these indexes, this group of 3 here, are up lately anyway, and the Dow is down a tad. And of course, what you hear on TV and the radio all the time is the Dow, the Dow, the Dow. And it's really only 30 stocks, and it really doesn't represent, kind of across the board. Probably the key thing here is advanced decliners. If there was, I don't know if there is any sort of symbol or anything that actually tracks this. I know I can do it on a chart because I have. You just take one and subtract it from the other and you can bring up a chart, but there would be nice if there's an index for that. And if anybody knows of one, let me know. But anyway, that I have noticed that lately. Really the more correct thing for them to do on, for the talking heads is to talk more about the S&P 500, the more broader indexes, the Russell 2000, things like that. But no, it's always the Dow. I mean, they don't even track the whole NYSE, or NYSE, as I heard somebody say the other day. So it would be nice if they did that, but they don't. It's the Dow 30, and that's what they're always talking about. Am I complaining again? Geez, stop that. Okay, let's take a look at our account. You saw that I had the risk profile up for the covered call here in gold, and that's doing okay. If I look at today for gold, we're looking at a flat open and oil up a tad. So so far this cover call is working out because let's look here. I paid $131.97 for the stock, and it's at $132.15. So that's up actually $17, and then I got some theta going on with this call here that I sold at $5 a day. So that's even if gold doesn't do anything right now, we're still going to end up profitable on this at September expiration. Also yesterday I got into Chipotle, and let me tell you a little story about that. Or no, it wasn't Chipotle, it was CELG. Sorry about that. I got into CELG yesterday. The trigger went off, let's see here, when did it go off? No, it's not even going to tell me anymore. Boy, this really stinks. I used to get a nice history here, but I guess not anymore, and I don't have my phone with me, so I can't tell you when that text came in. I think it was sort of early in the morning, and CELG continued to rise. So what I did was I went in with a expiration of this Friday, and I did a 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio. So here you can see, excluding commissions, I'm risking $100 right here to make $100. So I'll let that one play itself out, and I really can't tell what the open looks like today at this time. It looks like it's going to open where it closed, so that's just kind of sitting there doing nothing. But it's pretty easy to pick these out, at least at the time yesterday. We had a delta on the short of about, well, the average between the two deltas for the short and the long was around 50. So that's how you can get in with these 50-50 trades, and maybe doing another one today with the expiration of tomorrow, and that would be on Apple, and we'll cover that when we get there. The rest of the account, nothing new, just sitting there. I didn't bail on the spiders yet because it's, I just didn't bother because it's so far down. So I'm just not really worried about it. And what else do we have expiring? We have NFLX expiring, and we have Chipotle expiring. Let's take a look at the chart on that. Hopefully we have a green candle here for today, so we can stay above this short here. And this is not for expiration this Friday. We actually have until next Friday on that one. So this expires on the 30th. Okay. The rest of these do expire tomorrow. This is AUG4, this is AUG4, and this is AUG4. So I will be looking for another trade on the spiders 10 a.m. and I'm adding TLT to that mix as well. So I'm just going to throw them on my in play because I want to be watching them very, very closely. Okay, so that is the ETF for the 20-year Treasury, and if I were to, let's go to a chart here, and we'll load our, Option Guru Dark here. You can see I did a bear call on this. Turn off this one custom indicator that I've been testing out. Turn that one off. Say okay. Okay, so what I did here was just to let you know, I left the PPS. PPS is turned on. It's a show study. It's turned on. And we're still in a down arrow scenario here, so we'd be looking at bear calls. So at 10 a.m. today, roughly, I'll be taking a peek at a trade here. And if I like what I see, like if we get a nice bounce up today, that would be a good time to jump in. And you want to sell into strength and buy into weakness. At least that's what Tommy Sosnoff says. Mr. Thinkorswim. Yes, sirree, Bob. Okay, so how many, I don't know how many drawings. Let's see here, delete old drawings. How many do I have? Only have one. Total drawings on all my charts, 931. So I'll just delete this one. Okay, so I might be getting into that one as well. Okay, now we're done with everything. We can just jump right over to the A+ list. I want to talk about Apple for a moment. Alright, here we have a chart of Apple, and we have the stochastic coming down. The percent K did drop below the 20 line. I'm expecting a possible move up today on Apple, just because of the general overall market positive opening showing here. So if I do get, and very early in the day I will do this as well, if I do get an open up here, I would say probably like right about here, I'm going to get in immediately with a 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio. Let's take a look at where that might be. So if I come over here and I look at tomorrow's expiration, okay, so I can look at this. Maybe it's going to move to 505. I'm not sure. Even if it doesn't do anything, that doesn't give me, I need $2.50 credit. So that's not doing it for me. What do we got here? We got 256 here at 505. So, you know, depending on what it opens at and where it's at, I'm going to try to get myself a risk reward of 1-to-1 on this. So I'm looking for a $2.50 credit. I'll take 2 if I can get it. So that's what I'll be looking for if the alert goes off at the open and Apple gaps up here above this 506 level. Then I will be jumping in maybe with even a 510 510 strike. I might be stretching it a tad. We'll see. We'll have to see. So that's where I am with Apple. I'm sorry, lost my train of thought. All right, next on the list is Amazon. And Amazon may be showing me here. We have a little tiny hook here. It's not as strong of a hook, but Amazon is in, I mean, yesterday was, you know, I don't know about Amazon. I would like to see it come up here at least up to 55 and give me a hook. Instead it just went to 45 and gave me a hook. So that may be an entry there. So we're going to slap an alert on that one as well, at or below. So that has a possibility for today. But I'm going to be a real stickler because I'm not going to do anything on Amazon for this week, probably. It will be next week, and that might be a little too long for my comfort level. Okay, on Baidu, actually, you know, this trade here would have worked out pretty good, so I'm going to take this off regardless. It's too flat, not interested in anything in Baidu right now. CELG, well, we're in that, so I'm going to skip that. CF, it's making a little bit of a move here, too flat though, no direction there at all. Chipotle, already covered that. Gold, We sort of covered that, but let's just go and take a look anyway. Gold is still in a downtrend, but at least it had a green candle yesterday. Even a gap down at the open and made a big move in the afternoon and then pulled back again. Must have been off of Uncle Ben's stuff, huh? Anyway, I'm not seeing anything there for a directional trade right now. Google. I'm not gonna bet on this. I don't like seeing, a gap up at the open and then a red candle. It just bothers me a little bit. Almost everybody had this big zoom up in the afternoon before Uncle Ben or around Uncle Ben, and then after the FOMC minutes come out and people digest it, they go, oh, maybe it's not all that hot. So I'm not feeling real good about that type of price action in the afternoon and anything I might be looking to go long on. Now Goldman, now here is something that it would be an exciting thing to short, but I think we need to wait just a tad longer here. It's definitely looking bearish. Need to wait on that. LinkedIn. Nothing really going on there. And I was thinking of doing a credit and a debit spread actually around here just to see if I could pull some money out of this. And right now, this was just a pretend dream kind of a thing. Both of them were almost at the money at the time. Not working out all that well right now. MasterCard. Alright, is this still valid? Alright, this is a quiz, pop quiz. Is this alert still valid? And was it even valid to begin with? We do have almost a hook here at 55. Definitely a solid one at 45, but we're in an upward trend, so the alert is no longer valid. Alright, so let's look at Netflix. We're in Netflix right now. Looking pretty good. Okay. I just left that on there to look at my entry, and we're pretty much done with that. Where are we at here? We're at 6.5 cents. So if we get an upward move today, this is one that I would get out today if we go below a nickel. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put no, I want this one. Where are we at? We're at 13 cents. It's not ready for prime time yet. But if I create a closing order and I say I want to do this at a nickel, theoretically the price would have to move up $2.69 today, which is entirely possible. So I'm going to go ahead and put this order in. And send it. Okay, let's jump over to Priceline. Nothing happening here. When you get a hook and then it just wiggles around on this 20, it doesn't excite me very much. Not in a hurry to lose money, so we'll just be careful about things that we're doing. Now here we have a nice hook above the 55 here. That's legitimate. Let's move this over here. and say, yeah, that's a legitimate hook. Too legit to quit. And what would we do with Panera? Yes. We don't have weeklies for next week yet, so we'll have to wait. There should be weeklies up here. What's wrong here? Huh. Well, we're going to have to wait on that. I am going to put an alert just so that I can come and look at it and see if there's next week's options are in there. I'm assuming that it's going to move down. But if it doesn't, then it's not a strong down move. Tesla missed this one. Of course, we talked about this before, so now we're going to be looking for another one. About there. So we have to let that one mature, and we'll wait on that one to give us what we're looking for. Wow, that's a big move on Visa. And it didn't fail in the afternoon like most everything else did. Now that, my friends, is interesting. So we're throwing an alert on here. But wait a minute, let's take a wait before we do that. Okay, we have move up here on the MACD, that's good. We have a hook up over here on the MACD and a hook up. Oh yes, things are looking very good. So we have confirmation, 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 and our hook up here, and a flat to moving average. So sometimes it comes down below the 50 and then it comes back up and continues the trend. So we'll see if it's going to do that, and we're going to put an alert here at a 180 level. And where's our price? 180.50. At or above. Let's go. Alright. So it's going to have to break through this 180 and give us a really nice solid day before we would get in on that. It's not liking this a whole heck of a lot. So we wouldn't probably do one for this week. We would do one for next week, which we don't have our prints yet on that. Okay, so we're going to have to wait. That's it for today. Thanks a lot for watching, and happy trading.